Okay guys, so today we're going to discuss the review walk around of the F650. This is a 2016 model. I got it from the same guy I got the F450 from. Came from Worldwide Pre-Owned out in Massachusetts. Two of my friends went and got it because the shipper just couldn't get it here. The truck was so massive. It has the dump body on it now, but when it had the dumpster body it looked even worse. So when a couple of shippers went there to pick it up, they were a little overwhelmed with how large it was, and it has a 14-foot hoist, so it's a pretty big truck. As far as the F650 goes, I opened the hood because the hood is a little heavy to push. So in here, I'm not really sure what this is. Has to do with the electrical. Looks like possibly the battery. Something to do with the batteries. Got the windshield washer fluid in here. I got to fill it up, I think. It's got some left in there. Your coolant is here. Radiator is up there. Headlights. Air filter. Air cleaner. Okay, so that's pretty much for this side. These are your headlights. And the hood is spring assisted, so that's nice. Has tow hooks in the front, which is perfect. So when you get it stuck, you have something to hook a chain to. Some trucks don't leave you that option. Okay, you can see the fan is back there with the radiator. There's your oil check dipstick. So for me, I guess I would need, can't really reach. I guess I would have to call Godzilla to help me out with that. Pretty tough to reach. Not sure what's up there. Could be coolant, but I think the coolant is over there. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's the reserve tank for the coolant. I believe this is your oil filter or fuel filter in here. I'm not sure where the oil filter is at, because that's a fuel filter. So I can't see. I guess this is the pump. I cannot see the oil filter, so I'm not sure where it is. This is your electrical harness. More electric. Really nothing much to see under here. Headlights are here. And your alternator, your belt, your pulley is stuck up in there. So this truck is interesting to work on. But it's like typical of any larger vehicle. So these tires are Michelin's 11R 22.5. Pretty big tire. I think they're around $800-900. So here's your fuel fill, gas engine. We'll get to that in a minute. These toolboxes are not Ford. They were added by the original owner. So, you know, you could get those toolboxes at any place really. Just the chassis, the wheels, you know, same tires back here. Got your tow hitch, 7-pin electric, tow hooks, your lights. Pretty typical, you know, typical of an F650. Plastic hood. We had to reinforce it here. You know, this plastic can't take that shake, so we had to reinforce it to hold it all together. Battery is under here, under this step. Fire extinguisher. It is charged, good to go. Got a couple of cab vents there. So the mirror, this mirror was cracked to begin with when it came, when the truck came, the fisheye. So we tried to get a new fisheye. My auto glass place couldn't get it, so she ended up cutting this for me. But the problem is it's flat, it's not panoramic, so I couldn't see anything. At the same time, one of the clips snapped behind this mirror on the highway. It fell off like this, smashed into here, and broke like that. So I got to get that repaired. So that's why I bought this little fisheye from AutoZone just for the interim. I had to special order the fisheye mirror, here it is, from Napa. I couldn't get it through Ford. I couldn't even get the part through Ford. Dana doesn't deal with trucks this large. And the company in New Jersey wouldn't even sell the part to me because I had to go there in person to give them the credit card. So, with that, I called Napa. They got it for me, $185. Try not to break these mirrors. They're expensive as anything. So, I got to get that put on. But at least I could live with that fisheye and the mirror the way it is. So inside, you got 3 compartments split up. This truck has power everything. Has an air seat for the driver. So the passenger seats are just regular seats. So this is an air ride seat. You can adjust it as you wish. Okay. So it has power locks, windows, and mirrors. Of course, the power mirrors don't work anymore because this truck just shakes you to death. Okay, so start it up. This is the key. The remote built in with the key. Ignition is over here.
Guys do it in the, thinking they have a perfect plan.
So you got your RPM meter. That is oil temperature. That's your engine temperature, transmission temperature, fuel gauge, odometer, transmission. Miles total for the truck, 41,074.6. 252 miles until it's empty. So you could actually cycle through the information desk here. So you push the button. I'm getting 5.9 miles to the gallon. That's how many miles per gallon you're getting. If you're doing poorly, it'll be, the bar graph will be at the bottom. If you're doing well, it'll be at the top. Timer, I don't know what that is. I guess trip timer. Then it goes off, blank. That's your trip meter A, B, and 252 miles to empty. Not too sure what all this is about. Might be for cruise control. Not sure. This is to control the information set, and this is to set if you want to change settings. This is for your phone. So my phone is hooked up to the truck with the sync. I don't know what it is. Sync program. That's what. Can you see what that says? Sync. So it's synced in through Bluetooth. This is the Bluetooth controller. This controls the music, and you could control the volume and the songs you hear from that, and that's to hang up the phone. So they give you a few vents. You got four of these big vents for your heat and your air. The defroster works great in this truck. Got your sun visor here, nothing special. Microphone. You got a couple of storage compartments here. Got a parking ticket. I paid it online. And this is another storage compartment. There you go. Keep some papers in there, I guess, if you wish. I don't know. Got convenience lights. Back here, got hooks for clothes if you want to hook your jacket up there. There's no rear view mirror because, as you can see, you can't see anything anyway. Glove compartment is down there. No storage compartment there. You got a couple of 12-volt power ports. This is your CD player, radio, typical controls, CD, AM, FM. That controls the phone. This controls if you want to plug your phone into the sync. And this menu just scrolls through the menu of the radio. Presets, pretty standard. This is your HVAC control center, air conditioning. This is hot and cold. This is your fan speed. So this does not control whether it's on or off. This is the on or off switch. So see, now you've got it on. So you see, you push your AC, you see it will be on. Or if you want your defroster. So then when you want the system to be off, just push that button and it cans everything. These are your auxiliary switches for the upfitter options, depending on what body system or what attachments you select for your truck. It has a AC 110 volt power port there. There's also a plug on the outside by the fender I forgot to show you. Just typical seats. This is your armrest, cup holders. You got your captain's chair here. You got your little armrest. It's adjustable, so once you push it down, it'll adjust up. See how it'll lock in place? See all the different settings? Put it back, it'll bring it to 0 and reset itself. Okay, so now that we took a look at the truck, and there's the horn. Okay, so my thoughts on this truck so far. I like it. I'm not a Ford guy. You guys all know that. I'm a Chevy guy. Always have been. Chevrolet, I wanted to order the 6500 that they just are coming out with, but there were production delays. They're only building 900 of them, and then they're stopping for quality control. I don't have that kind of time. I got to get going. I needed the truck, so that's why I ended up with this. As far as upfitting this truck with the switch and go, that makes this truck a moneymaker. No reason for you not to have it. We went over that in the switch and go review. Gonna touch on the gas versus diesel situation. I prefer the gas because I don't want to deal with diesel. I don't want to deal with the truck not starting in the winter. I don't want to deal with DEF fluid. I just don't want the whole nonsense of the tier 4 engines or whatever tier engine they are compliant. I just can't. I don't want to be bothered with it, to be honest with you. When you're towing, you feel the difference. The gas is weaker to tow. The diesels are much better at towing. But if you're driving around regularly, like I am with this body, there is really very little difference, if any at all. The gas, it accelerates faster. You could go faster. The turning radius on this truck is very, very good, actually, for a Ford. The Chevy dump truck turns much better than the F450, but I will give the F450 credit. It spins a trailer really well, the F450. You could really jockey trailers well with it. But this truck, too, it's very, very good with the turning radius. So, you know, I got to give Ford credit for that. They do build trucks that could turn trailers well. But like I said, as far as the gas versus diesel controversy, everyone's going to have their own opinions. For what I do, I don't have to really get a diesel. This truck is big enough to the point where it could tow all the machines that I have. I mean, if you think about it, a Chevrolet 3500 dump truck is towing the equipment I have. And the Chevrolet has no problem towing it. So, I mean, if a 3500 could tow it, a 650 could tow it. So, you know, for me, I'm not maxing out this truck except when I'm carrying, you know, the flatbeds with the forms. This is a Triton V10 engine. It really gulps fuel. I mean, you know, it goes through a lot of gas. I'm not going to lie. The diesels are probably more fuel efficient, but I'm going to be quite honest with you. That F450 got about 8 miles to the gallon. This gets about 6. So that's why I like this truck. I bought it. I bought from Kyle before, from Worldwide Pre-Owned. The F450 wasn't really his fault. I mean, you know, the 6.0 Power Strokes suck. You know, he didn't misrepresent the truck. I just misbought it. So, you know, that goes on me. And, you know, I like the truck. It's a very hard ride. You know, Ford, they give you a tough ride. And this truck is 10 times worse. I mean, there is no suspension in this thing. It's strong as a mule. You know, I put, you know, a ton of weight on this thing with the forms. And, you know, when you back up to a trailer, when you have weight on the truck, it's lower than when you unhooked and it was empty. This truck, you don't even have that issue. You could have this thing loaded to the hilt, and it'll back up to that trailer, and you won't have to jack the trailer down. This truck does not sit down. And I put some serious weight on this truck already, and it doesn't sit down. You know, I bought it with about 38,000 miles, 37,000 miles on it. And you know, my friend drove it up from Massachusetts, and him and his friend, you know, they liked the truck. They said it drove nice. The ride is rough. It's a rough ride. It makes a lot of noise when the body is empty. A lot of banging, a lot of boom, 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 and it gets annoying at times. And it bothers my back at times, you know, with all that, you know, shaking and everything. And sometimes I always worry about the switch and go getting loose, you know, electrical issues with it from the shaking. But so far, knock on wood, we've been pretty good.